So in today's vlog, we are going to talk about how important your mind is in everything that you do, in your health and in everything else. So your mind has a profound impact on your health and on what body type you are having and what health you are having, and everything is very much dependent on your mind and how your mind is. And besides that, if you talk about productivity and things of that nature, where it's your brain that has to do the work and you have to deal with distractions and stuff, it's again down to how well is your mind structured to fight against all these distractions and do the work. So, your mind is the most important tool of everything that you have. It's more important than your body, it's more important than your work, it's more important than everything. And if your mind is functioning properly and it's in good health, then all of these things will be in line. Your health will be fine, your body type will be fine, you will not face any issues with your work, you will automatically be productive, right? So all of those things happen on their own if your mind is in place. So that's how big a role your mind plays on all aspects of your life, whether it's your emotions. Even your emotions are dependent on your mind. How you are feeling is dependent on your mind. Now, this is an interesting thing that I touched upon, and that is because your feelings only arise from the thoughts that you're having. So, the way you're thinking will determine the way you are feeling, right? So, your feelings, emotions are determined on your mind, your productivity is determined on your mind, your health, your fitness levels is determined on your mind. Everything is determined on your mind, right? So, if you have a clear mind, you can have all these things sorted. But if you don't have a clear mind, then you can try to work on each of these aspects and still fail. It will not work until you have your mind in place. So how do you get your mind in place? That's the next question that arises. So to get your mind in place, to get your mind in a peaceful mental state wherein it can focus and do the right kind of work and avoid all the distractions, for that there are different kinds of practices that you can do. One is definitely one of the biggest one has to be meditation and meditation practices of different kind, breathing techniques of those nature. So a lot of people struggle to meditate, and that is an evidence to the fact that your mind is not peaceful, and that is why you are not able to sit and meditate. So if you are not able to meditate, you need to meditate the most, because your mind is not in place right now to be able to sit quietly for a specific amount of time. So you need meditation the most. So for those people who think they cannot meditate, you actually need to meditate even more than everybody else, because your mind is just all over the place, and that is why you're not able to sit quietly in a place for a given period of time. So meditation is definitely one practice. Breathing practices is another practice, and exercising is another practice, and spending time with yourself is another practice, and that can be in the form of a nature walk without any gadgets and stuff. So this is how you cultivate a healthy mind, right? Because everything is about it. Your relationships will be dependent on how well you deal with the different situations, and that will be dependent on how healthy of a mental state you are in. If you are in a bad mental state, then even a small thing will bother you so much and it will spoil everything. So everything is dependent on the mind. Your productivity levels, your work. So there are often phases where when you don't feel like working, right? Now you hear the word feel. Now feelings are dependent on your thoughts. So that means that you are thinking something that is making you feel a certain way, that is making you avoid your work, right? So you have to speak to yourself in an effective way that doesn't stop you from working or doesn't hinder your productivity. And these are like kind of complicated things, but you need to pay attention to these things. How you're talking to yourself also matters in what is the state of your mind. If you're negatively talking to yourself, oh, I'm worthless, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, then that is going to reinstate and you're going to become that person. But if you say that, okay, I might be struggling, but I can do better if I give myself time, then this is positive talk, and that this will have an impact on the quality of work you will do over time, and you will keep going up with that approach. So keep in regard all these practices and topics that I just mentioned, and try to get yourself in a healthy state of mind. And you cannot do it in a click of a button. It's not as easy as that. It is a consistent and regular practice that you have to take up in order to keep your mind in a healthy state of mind, and you have to take a lifestyle and maintain a lifestyle that helps you maintain a healthy mental state. And this is really important to your overall well-being, and this is really important to so many different aspects of your life that I just mentioned, whether it is productivity, whether it is your health, or whether it is your emotional state. Everything is dependent on your mind, so please take good care of your mind and make sure that it is in a very healthy mental state so that you can do well in all aspects of your life.